Virgo, hi, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Tina. Today we're going to be doing your tarot reading for the upcoming week. This one will be for February 8th to the 14th. Have a seat, make yourself comfortable. Let's start your reading. All right, the way I like to do these readings is I do pull 2 layers. The first one is just to get an idea of the general energies happening for you. We'll go in, we'll clarify by pulling a second layer. Now, I am trying something a bit new this week. I will be posting photos up here of the cards that we do pull. It just makes it easier for you to follow along. We're testing it. Don't get attached. We'll see how it goes. All right, let me go ahead and give these cards a few shuffles here. And let's see what's happening for you, Virgo, this week. I did pre-shuffle, but I always like to shuffle with you here. It helps me tune into your energies. All right, this is for my Virgos. February 8th to the 14th. Let's see what's happening for you. We're going to stop here. Ooh, the stars at the bottom. One of my favorite cards. Ace of Swords. Boom. There's a lot of swords here. There's a lot of swords here. I feel like you're getting renewed hope. I think the hope was lost in a situation because the star is at the bottom here. And so there's this underlying energy of like, there's you're getting hope and faith again in some situation. But something's been difficult for you. Something really like, I feel put you through the ringer here, Virgo. Because in the recent past, we have the card of rest and recovery, right? It's the Four of Swords. This comes after the Three of Swords, right? Like a heartbreak or just something really just took a toll on you emotionally, on you mentally, and even spiritually. So this was like the ability to kind of regain your strength. But I love it because you went from the Four of Swords and now the situation is the Ace of Swords. Boom. This is real clarity. Like if you were struggling with a situation, this like sees you coming up with a solution, right? And don't get me wrong, the pendulum will swing a little bit, right? Like one day it'll be clear, but then it can get a little bit unclear. We're going to go in and clarify all of this. But the Ace of Swords is really like, you could be having a new way to communicate, even like just really clear thinking. Like look at this Swords card. Usually with the Swords cards, you'll see clouds or something, but not in this one, right? Completely clear thought, right? Not feeling stuck, not feeling clouded here. It could be an honest conversation as well. You know, the swords are kind of powerful energies, right? Because you can serve justice with it. So there's always like a sense of responsibility when we hold these swords in our hands. But you have it. You have the Ace of Swords here. So it's a really clear thinking. It's a solution if you've been struggling with a problem. But like, I feel like you've regained some strength here, definitely. And you're coming back into a situation with more clarity. In the challenge position, you have the Five of Pentacles. Because I don't see other pentacles, it doesn't feel for me like a financial or health hit, but they can represent that in a minor way. Like it's temporary, they're not big, but you know, they're still obstacles and they still get in your way. But the Five of Pentacles for me in this position is just kind of feeling like, I don't know, like you're alone, right? Like for some reason you don't have the support around you, or you just feel like you're a little left out in the cold. Like maybe people are out there having fun, celebrating, and you're just out here in the cold, right? It can be that kind of energy, but just like you don't have enough, like you're not supported, right? Like you're not being seen or appreciated. It could even be like you're not getting paid what you deserve. You know, that's where that appreciation energy comes in. Where your mind is at and what you're focused on, we got the Six of Swords. So now you're at this place in a way, you're not 100% though, not based on these other cards just yet. But you're definitely like at this place mentally where you have the mental capacity clearly and the mental strength to realize that like it's time to move on to calmer waters. You've been in like this emotionally heavy, emotionally type of like rocky boat, turbulent waters. You know, and that's talking about your emotions, and now you're like ready to move on. So mentally you're in a state of transition right now. That's why I was like, you know, not fully. So yeah, you're in a state of transition right now. It's like you just know it's in your best interest to move on from a situation, to move on at least from an energy. It's still kind of with you, but in a much more organized, logical fashion, right? It's just having the intellectual capacity at this point to know what's in your best interest and to start acting on that knowledge. Your approach is the Hierophant, right? That's like deeply committed, deeply committed. The Hierophant, of course, is a card of commitment. It's a card of belonging, but it's also a card of conformity. So we'll know more as we go in. So I don't know if it's conforming to like traditions, to like the status quo, or if it's just that you're deeply committed here. In the environment, we got the Ten of Wands. Something is like a bit heavy here, right? Like you could just have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of burdens, just a lot on your plate in general here. However, it's causing this like weight on you, right? A little bit of heaviness on you. Though what I do love about the Ten of Wands is like you could literally see the end in sight, like the ability to put those wands down and relax a little bit. So it's like almost there. Coming towards you, we have the Nine of Swords. So like, let's just say in your recent past, we have the Four of Swords. Overall energy is this Queen of Swords. Coming towards you is the Nine of Swords. Now I know, Virgo, you rule analytical thought, but this is a lot of swords energy. Like, I just feel like there was a lot. I love that like the Ace of Swords is the situation now. Six of Swords is where your mind is at. Because something, and so coming towards you, right, is this like that energy where the mind is just like taking over. Too many thoughts coming through. And when too much thoughts come through, it blocks the heart space, right? It blocks the soul and spirit space. And so it lets the ego take over. And the ego loves to control us, right? And it does that with fears. It does that with worries. It does that with insecurities. It does that with painful memories. And that's kind of what the Nine of Swords is. Let's go ahead and clarify. Maybe the star falls on top of it, right? Let's see. Let's clarify these energies for you, Virgo. But the Queen of Swords being the overall energy, it's kind of an energy of ready to cut stuff out. Because something's been like weighing too much on you and you're like, well, I need to cut it out then. Like, and honestly, you do. Even in small ways. All right. We're going to stop here. Clarifying all of these energies. Let's see. You've taken a break from a partnership here. You've taken a break from a partnership here. Two of Cups is here. Two of Swords is here. Two of Pentacles is at the bottom. That's a lot of twos. Twos always represent direction change. Okay, recent past, we have the Two of Cups with the Four of Swords. You've taken a break here. Some partnership here just like, again, it was too heavy on you, right? Like, for the moment, I'm not saying the entire partnership, but for a moment, the partnership got too expensive, right? Like, and you were like, I can't pay this bill right now. It's not worth it. I need to take a break, right? It's meaning it cost you, right? And so you needed to literally regain your strength. Why? Because strength was lost in this, right? So much energy was giving that it's like depleting. And so that's kind of the recent past here. Current energy, we have the Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. I just feel like you're really thinking about the foundations here, honestly, and you're getting really clear about it. However, there's still an energy of like not really giving off what's in your heart, not really giving off what's in your head, kind of just protecting yourself, basically. Just basically protecting yourself. In the challenge position, clarifying that Five of Pentacles, of that feeling of being alone, because the Five of Pentacles really is a card to say, you're definitely not. Like if you see these two characters, if they were to look up, there's literally a sanctuary right there, but they can't see it, right? They're so focused on their situation that it's the inability to see it. And so the High Priestess is there as well. So it's like, of course you have the support, just, listen to your intuition, listen to the inner voice, meaning you know better. Of course you do, right? It's that kind of energy and just really tapping into it. On your mind and where you're focused, we got the Ace of Pentacles. There's a new reality here that you want to manifest. It's just a seed, but you're like, I can't stay in the energy. I'm moving on to calmer water. And maybe some of you got a job opportunity. Let me say that. And that's giving you the ability to move on as well. It's not a career reading, but Pentacles can very much represent that. And as I see the Ace, the 4, and the 5 of Pentacles, I can't help but think it for a moment. Either way, there's something here that like really has potential. A seed has been planted in your mind, right? Basically, for all of you in a general sense, a seed has been planted in your mind, and it's giving you the ability to really move on to calmer waters. You got an idea in your head now of something brand new in your reality that you can really bring to life. You can really manifest, right? It's just a seed. It's just that spark of inspiration, but it's in your mind now. Your approach is a Hierophant in justice. You're committed to justice. You feel like something was wrong, something was unjust, and you almost just like, it's like you want amends, right? Like you want this wrong corrected. You want it righted. And with justice, you know, there's also a sense of like accountability and responsibility for you as well, because it's in your approach. And I don't know, like, do you want to take justice into your own hands here? I don't really know, right? There is a sense of that as well here, Virgo, because it's in the approach. So, you know, sometimes it's just like, well, it was wrong and I'm stepping in. And I just see all these swords, and justice also holds a sword, right? And the situation is the Ace of Swords. We got the Queen of Swords here. I see the Two of Swords here. So it's just a lot of swords. I don't know. For some of you, I really do feel like you do want to take justice into your own hands. Like you want to be vindicated here. And you're really deeply committed to it. If not that, you're certainly in this place of accountability and responsibility, for sure with this other party, but as well with yourself. In your environment, you just feel like you're at a crossroads here, right, with this partnership. You do. I mean, you could see it. Two of Cups is on one end, Two of Swords is on the other end, right? You just feel like you're at a total crossroads here. Feeling a bit of feeling stuck right now. It's putting a lot of pressure on you, this partnership. It's been a weight on you, right? They're very important to you. I'm sure you're very important to them, but it's putting a pressure on you. And you know, at the crossroads, it's like, what do I choose? With which path do I walk? And with the Two of Swords, there is a level of fear that kind of blocks us from making that choice. And then that makes us feel a bit stuck, right? Because it's like fear of the unknown. When I make this choice, what's going to happen? If I stay here, is that the wisest thing, right? And it's just like it's got that stuck energy. But you know, one person can't walk two paths, so we do have to choose. At one point, you can't stand there right before the crossroads, right before the two paths. At one point, you have to choose. You do. Coming towards you is the Nine of Swords, but I love that strength clarified it. I said the Star, but it ended up being strength. Strength, you know, this is the inner beast. Boom. Strength is here, having the ability to tame it. Having the ability to tame the inner beast within yourself. And the way you do that is with gentleness with yourself. It's compassion with yourself. Like when you are able to like calm another situation down, it's never coming in hot-headed, right? It's always coming in and being like, hey, 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 right? That softer voice, right? That's kind of strength. It takes inner strength to do that. It's easy to be loud, right? But there's that quote that I love, and it's like, it's rain that grows flowers, not thunder. And strength for me is kind of the rain. And either way, what's coming towards you is not all of that energy. It's you overcoming all of that mental activity that's been kind of keeping you feeling heavy. That's what you're going to have, is the ability to overcome the beast within, in a way. You're mentally in a much healthier place now. Definitely. I know you're still figuring things out. I know you still feel stuck in a partnership, but I love that you're able to really overcome the beast within, right? That is the biggest challenges in our life, is like, it's like facing ourselves, right? And that's kind of what you're able to do by the end of this week. All right, Virgo, I am going to leave it there for you. Of course, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If anything resonated, like and subscribe. Thank you for letting me tune into your energies. I'll see you all next week.